I don't understand is the blue, purple, pink lip. Yo, bro, listen, bro, I can't.
You can stay.
Toby, stay. Toby, stay. Toby, be good now. Toby, be real good.
Right,
man.
These same pink lip, wide nose were the same motherfuckers, right? These ignorant, pink lip.
So this guy is talking about black people talking about pink lips and big nose. Doesn't he have pink lips? Isn't he a minority? So he's talking about himself. So he's self-projecting, ladies and gentlemen.
Lip, wide nose ain't rock star. Bro, listen, bro, Lil Uzi Vert or NBA Youngboy, bro, like these ain't fucking rock stars. How a pink lip, wide nose ninja lion, bro. If he look you dead in your eyes and tell you, bro, are you serious, man? He capping, he lying. Right? If you think that you finna move to Miss Mary Jane's block and trap out of her block and be outside loitering, nigga, you crazy, bro. She calling the police the same day you move in. It warms my heart to see a DA like that taking a stand and saying, I don't give a damn about no peer pressure, no intimidation, man. Listen, I'm black, but I'm going after all these, blue, purple, white lip, burnt Negroes, right? Who are out here.
What? Burnt Negroes. My God, have you taken a look in the mirror? You do understand you are a minority. He's acting like the episode from Dave Chappelle where Dave Chappelle was blind. Look at this dude. He made over 100K in the last 28 days. And he doesn't even care about Nolan Wells. He doesn't care about blacks.
I don't know how to word this. Nolan wasn't fully black. Nolan's mixed. Nolan has a little bit of Asian in it. You don't hear that, though. You don't.
Let's go on with the content. Crazy work.
Using their lyrics and confessing the crime.
Always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She is always
racist. I don't know. Is he racist for questioning somebody named Barack Hussein?
Now, I rather prefer Trump than Sleepy Biden. I rather prefer Trump than that woman that was trying to run for office. With that being said, he is 100% racist. Have you seen Trump lately? The country is divided more than ever.
Obama being born in the U.S. I don't know, bro. You feel me? I don't think so. You could think so. The crumbs and details of whether or not Trump actually committed a crime, I don't think so, bro. I think a man, bro, who is married, man, should be able to pay some hush money off, man. You feel me? And if he want to conceal it and hide it from the media, bro, hey, I don't understand why this is like a 20 felony count. You feel me? So the Democrats have been able to sort of brainwash and manipulate black folks into thinking that the Democratic vote is the black vote. I know probably a vote for Trump is probably what's best for the country. It feels like a lot of us are just giving Kamala a lot too soon without her really earning it or deserving it, bro. Check folks love to be victims. About to show y'all how bloodthirsty and eager people are to be victims. Like how black folks love to be victims. Just comment yes if you ever heard a black person say white folks smell like outside. Just comment yes if you've ever heard a black person say when it rained, white folks smell like pennies. But it's not racist because the systematic oppression created a system that's meant to. Now, a good race joke can never hurt nobody unless it's towards black folks because our ancestors built this country.
Wow. See, you have to hear what he's saying. He's saying it's not race because they didn't go through systematic oppression. When we say jokes that panders to them, they can't get offended because they didn't go through systematic oppression, but they can't use the word N-word because obviously N-word has substance. Oh, how come I can't say the N-word? You guys say it all the time. What? Saying the N-word and calling a Caucasian person, two wrongs don't make it right, first of all, so let's set the record straight. Two wrongs do not make it right, but also let's not be ignorant and add context to what we're talking about. There is systemic oppression when it comes to a certain ethnic group, so it carries weight. But apparently people ignore that. So once again, when you pander to a certain ethnic group, you're going to get the clicks, you're going to get the views. What good is it to gain the world but lose your soul?
What is a man profit if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?
Oh, is this too black? Oh man, black guy drinking watermelon. Oh my God. That's some crazy work. Imagine hating yourself when black is the dominant race. Crazy work.
When I came here, I had a job. If I wanted to get another job, I can have a job. But as I got here, if y'all look at my older content, I talked about reality stuff. I stopped doing it because it started to give me a damn headache. So I said, I finally found something that I feel is meaningful. What I could not do is sell myself out in my beliefs to get a couple more dollars, because that's going to deal with me mentally, okay? I feel like you can still make money and be authentically who you are. I also feel like you're gonna win some and you're gonna lose some. I feel like the people that I lose, they wasn't meant to be over here. That's why this is the I Don't Kiss Your Ass channel. You can stay. If you don't want to stay, you can leave. Because the moment that I gotta modify who I am for you to watch me, go somewhere else. And that's just how it is.
This guy out here is 100% tether. So point and shoot. Link is in the description. You want to watch his full video. Point and shoot put all these clips together, and he broke it down very well. And he caught out this guy named Poetik selling out his own people.
Nobody is listening. So I can't tell you what white folks do in them showers, but black folks, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves, bro. Conservative values, his love for Donald Trump, and a joke about George Floyd, damn near in a celebratory fashion. Now, me particularly, I feel like when somebody is on stage, they should have the liberty to make whatever joke they want to make, as long as it's funny. I don't believe like we should put a...
Wow. So somebody dies in police brutality, and we're making jokes about that. You know, sometimes we can make jokes and it doesn't have to be something like that. Just like in that most recent roast with Kevin Hart, I forgot the guy, but he mentioned George Floyd, talking about he can't breathe George Floyd. Like, you can make a joke without bringing up those type of remarks. That is what they call microaggression, when they're trying to be subtle but still, you know what I'm saying, push that towards the masses. You didn't have to mention that, bro. What is funny about George Floyd being choked by the police when the same police is supposed to protect him? Regardless if he had priors, regardless if the man had a past, he didn't deserve to pass away with a knee on his neck. That same police officer went to prison. Ain't that some crazy work? The same people that's supposed to help you are in prison.
Restriction on comedy. The liberals on the left who get offended by everything, they have an extreme issue with this, and they're calling for him to be canceled. I don't think that a comedian making a joke on stage in public should be cancelable. If you like the joke, you want to come back and watch him, come back and watch him. If you are offended and feel like they are a horrible person for making a joke, then don't watch. Trying to, you know, do a coordinated attack or a cancellation on somebody over a joke you don't like, it's the most pitiful and pathetic thing that any... Exactly, this racist comedian learned the hard way today about disrespecting black women. I'm gonna see you guys in this video. Just go ahead and buy your daughter a tombstone, you filth fucking mother, right? You let her die, right?
Wow. So now he's attacking this mother. So this is the history, ladies and gentlemen. This is the content creator that was running up the bag talking about Chud the Builder. And he went to Nolan Wells. And as a minority, you giving him the benefit of the doubt, like, okay, he's a brother, he has the best interests, he's one of us. No. And that's why I keep on harping. Not all skin folk is kinfolk. You do understand the Africans, they sold their own people, right? You know, they want to blame the white man. Oh, the white man, he separated us. He put us in slavery. The Africans sold their own people to the white man. If they really kept it 100 and they really stood for something, they would have been like, nah, bro, we don't care about your resources. We don't want to trade human lives for resources. But they did. They didn't give two Fs. And that's why there is a war between foundational black Americans and people overseas. Now, one apple doesn't make it spoil for the rest of the bunch, but this is a prime example of a tether. And I'm all here. I'm thinking this man is doing justice by covering Nolan Wells, by spreading light to situations. Meanwhile, he's covering his tracks.
Bitch, kill her baby.
Oh no, don't really.
Yo.
See what I mean? You made that because you thought that was gonna hurt me. No, bitch, it did not.
Oh man. No. And I thought, go ahead.
No, bitch.
Would understand what people who look like us went through in this country. Like the George Floyd, police brutality, you know, like anti-racism. But that shit was getting boring, bro. Like they had to come up with something more juicy, man. Black folks love to be victims. Facts. Nah, I think we're live.
Okay.
Yeah, so we live, man. Yo, like this is like 4K. I fuck with this angle.
Yeah, the quality is definitely different. All right, so we live chat. What's up? I know y'all been in here waiting. I appreciate y'all for
yeah, because we moved it up, so that's my fault. So I don't want to feel me right. Like we moved it up from it's supposed to be 10, but we like moved it up to.
Hold on, Flacko. I'm getting an echo.
Oh, really?
My bad. I was getting the echo. Yeah. Like Flacko was saying, we moved it up. It was supposed to be 10.
Yeah.
Appreciate the schedule shift. Appreciate everybody for being here. Chat, y'all go ahead.
Leonard Says, bruh, keep in mind all this mess you seen is after he was Doc's troll for Umar. So, ladies and gentlemen, if this individual never was grifting for Nolan Wells and capping for Chud the Builder, maybe his skeletons would still be in the closet. So stay true to yourself, because when you act like somebody else, people see that.
People get mad because white people follow me. They supposed to, because I'm the truth, nigga.
So once again, if he wanted to be a racist, if he wanted to pander to the white man, if he wanted to be Magna, if that's his legal right, if he wanted to be a sellout, to be a tether, that's not illegal. What's taboo, what's against the code, not against the law, but against code, for you to stand on one side, but then you see an opportunity to make money. So then you act like you're standing for something, but in reality, you're not. That's some crazy work. You out here talking about black people have pink lips. My guy, don't you have pink lips? So you trying to be funny, but you putting down your own people. So out of the expense of your own people, you're trying to make jokes. So let's listen to this interview with Mr. Poetik about him being a tether. Oh man, yo, that's why the Bible is very wise. It says, I think, and let me go to the verse, because I was actually reading the Bible prior to me starting this live. And big shout out to every single one of y'all in the building. I think it was either Ephesians 5:27 or 1 Peter 3:12. One of those chapters talking about what good is it to gain the world but lose your soul. So Mr. Poetik, the content creator to the right, he's getting clicks and views. Everything he posts is on the money. But now the community is saying, yo, my God, what is these receipts talking about, saying that black people have pink lips and big noses, this, that, and the third?
Your conversation, we're going to kick this off. What I want to do is just basically set the stage from jump, from where this whole thing started, from my role in it. I think it was Saturday. I saw a video came on my feed from Doku D. Shout out to him. I mentioned him in the initial video. That video,
I'm not familiar.
Yeah, he's a smaller creator. No disrespect.
Okay.
We all started off small.
Facts.
But he made
We're all
a really
small, to be
good video. Correct. He made a really good video just addressing from him. He said he became a fan and a sub to your channel during the Chud the Builder saga, like a bunch of people did. And he saw, I think it was 2 videos by Point and Shoot, which addressed a lot of anti-blackness, a lot of disrespect to the black community, a lot of glazing white supremacy and Trump and Nick Fuentes and the Proud Boys and all of that. He didn't include all of that in his video, but he just kind of addressed it on a surface level, which made me then do a deeper dive into the Point and Shoot videos, which I'm gonna just be honest with you, as a black American that loves black people, that's raising black babies, that love black women, was very disturbing to see you just blatantly disrespect black people in the black community. I mean, it was kind of like egregious. You talk shit about the black community. You refer to us as Negroes nonstop, which is crazy because I haven't heard Negroes since white people was yelling that shit in the 1960s. You know, you wish death on black people nonstop. You said you hate niggas. You were glazing a
Man, that's some crazy work, bro. Why did he agree to go on this podcast? Since he wants to talk shit about black people, I'm drinking some watermelon juice. Top of the morning. That's some crazy work. You hate your skin so much, you got to go on camera and press the record button, calling out your own people when you yourself are a minority? All for clicks and views. Man, not all skin folk is kinfolk, ladies and gentlemen.
Racist white dude that was saying the N-word and saying he's the realest white boy ever.
Who Nick Fuentes or
no, not Nick Fuentes. It's crazy, 2 of them, but not Nick Fuentes. It was the other another white guy. I can show you the clip. And then it was, I mean, it goes on. You wrote in a comment section calling black people pookies and talking about us standing in welfare lines and Section 8 lines, just straight anti-black.
Wow, and he's not denying none of these claims, so he probably did more that we don't know about. So he really doesn't like black folks. And even if he does like black folks, why would you troll them so much to the extent putting them? So hold on. So you're getting the YouTube bag out of the expense of putting blacks, throwing dirt on their name? And that sits, when I make these Nolan Wells videos, ladies and gentlemen, that plays with my emotions because, this is real life. Meanwhile, this man could care less because he's getting a YouTube AdSense check. That's all that matters. And the only reason why I believe he's even giving any take of remorse or sympathy is because he got caught. If he never got caught, if no one made videos of the receipts of him being a tether, he would still be going on with the grift. So are you sorry because you got caught? Or are you sorry because you're really sorry? And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, we can't just listen to one content creator and think whatever they say is law. You don't know what lies in that content creator's heart. If you was to just find out this guy to the far right, you would think he is honest, he's genuine, he's doing God's work, he's covering a Nolan Wells case, calling out Mr. Coon, Brandon Tatum. He has some great takes, but just like rat poison, did you know it's like 99% organic stuff? It's only like 0.0% in the rat poison that takes out the rat.
Disrespect, which again is disturbing for a lot of people that know you now, that see you now, and you're super pro-black, super supporting the black community against people like Officer Tatum and Candace Owens and all these people when you literally sounded like them 6 months, a year ago. It's very disturbing for a lot of people in my community and out there just in general. So I guess real quick, just to finish setting the stage.
Of course,
I dropped a video based off what I saw from Doka D's video, from Point Shoot's video.
I seen the last video. Sorry. So no. Sorry. So sorry if I'm like a tad bit like kind of like behind. So I seen the last video, but I am aware of the narrative, right? So right, like if you reference something from the first video, and like you feel me, and like I'm like a tad bit like behind, is I'm playing right. It's because I seen the second video, which is the last one, right?
Okay, I'll completely stay off the first video. So if we just go to the second video,
no,
it's all the same stuff.
Yeah.
So if we just go to the second video, right? My response. The second video I made, which I wasn't even going to make a second video, but the second video I made was in response to your apology, which in my opinion was a big ass non-apology. You addressed being a conservative. You apologized for people being offended by some vague things that they may have been offended by. But in fact, the criticisms of you, Flakko, were for you being anti-black, you shitting on the black community.
Bro, oh man, this is bad, bro. Did he think that he was going to get away with this? Like, he's getting the clicks and the views. Nobody called him out. And I think he thought, he could just talk shit about minorities, run up the YouTube bag, and nobody would hold him accountable. What? You thought wrong, my guy. This is YouTube. This is the internet. People screen record, they keep receipts. They're going to dissect everything you say, especially when you build a name for yourself, because they're going to want to see the paper trail, because the paper trail is the road to success. So how did this guy become successful? By throwing black people underneath the bus. That's how. So if that's how you become successful, then you can keep it. There's all type of ways to get money. You don't have to sell out your own people to get a YouTube bag.
You aligning with white supremacists like Nick Fuentes, Trump, the fucking Proud Boys, you glazing Trump, who
the Proud Boys. So he essentially was deep-throated in Magna for the YouTube bag. Once again, when you use what's the word that I'm looking for? When you cater to that sort of ethnic group, the clicks and views definitely will come. But in the word, it says, what good is it when you gain the world but lose your soul?
What is a man profit if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?
Is the most unlike president in modern American history, which makes it look even crazier because it seems like you switched up when it stopped being cool to be MAGA.
Well, no, because in so just a clip actually from 2024, right? When I left LA and then came back while Trump was running against Kamala, and there's clips of me on like Don't Jumper News where I'm saying I'm voting for Kamala, right? And this was like 2024, right? But bro, so that one, and then oh my god, and then the second one, which is like the with the death upon the rappers. So again, like the specific people that I wish death upon, I think it was Future, it was the street rappers. And the reason why I took a stance that harsh was because my thought process was these people are leading our youth to a graveyard or jail. So my thought process was, again, and it might have been harsh as well, was I'm wishing the exact same thing upon them that they're causing to other black men and to our youth, right? Now, I do understand, like, out of context, like, that might be harsh, right? But that was my mindset, you feel me, right? With like Nick Fuentes, bro, listen, bro, again, I completely dropped.
When dude called Nancy Grace auntie is when I knew he was a full of dog shit. You know what? At first glance, because I don't know any history of this guy named Poetik, but just from a quick glance, I see he's putting in work. So when I see a brother putting in work, it is what it is. I'm happy for the man. But I wasn't really watching his videos. So I guess that was the spirit of the sermon, not to rock with him. How come I wasn't tuned in? Because he was a tether. He was a coon. That's why. The man is talking about black folks just to get a YouTube AdSense check. Can you imagine? There's so many topics to bring up, so many discussions, so many debates, but of all things to talk about, you want to belittle your own people. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, just because somebody shares the same skin color as you doesn't mean they give a 2Fs or any interest or have any best interest of your behalf. Oh, he's black. Oh, he must, fuck him. No. Let's listen to the nonsense real quick and then we'll go back to the tape.
Hair, blue eye, little white boy in some polo shirts, slacks, and some Birkenstocks walking towards you at 9 p.m. evoke the same fear in you as a 6'1" black man in a Nike Tech?
So he's scared of black people. He's talking about if a white man comes through with some sandals and some Nike socks, isn't the same way when a black man turns a corner in a Nike Tech. Terrified. Maybe if you put your big ass in the gym, you want to be so scary.
I don't understand. It's the blue, purple, pink lip. Yo, bro, listen, bro. I can't stand niggas, right?
Man.
These same pink lip, wide nose niggas were the same motherfucker.
Wow, these same pink lip, wide nose. This man, look what he's wearing. Them skinny jeans about to bust wide open. How did he even fit in those jeans? So he's wearing McQueen shoes, I believe. I'm not a stylist, but I think he's wearing McQueen shoes. He's wearing some tight ass, bro. Look at, bruh, the nerve to talk about your own people and them jeans about to bust wide open right there.
Fuckers, right? These ignorant, pink lip, wide nose niggas ain't rock stars. Bro, listen, bro. Lil Uzi Vert or NBA Youngboy, bro. Like, these niggas ain't fucking rock stars. How a pink lip, wide nose ninja lion, bro. If he look you dead in your eyes and tell you, bro, are you serious, man? He capping. He lying. Right? If you think that you finna move to Miss Mary Jane's block and trap out of her block and be outside loitering, nigga, you crazy, bro. She calling the police the same day you move in. It warms my heart to see a DA like that taking a stand and saying, I don't give a damn about no peer pressure, no intimidation, man. Listen, I'm black, but I'm going after all these, blue, purple, white lip, burnt Negroes, right? Who are out here using their lyrics and confessing the crime.
Always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know.
The Nick Fuentes stuff, I think, was like 2022, 2023, right?
Okay, wait. So if the Nick Fuentes was in 2022, 2023, you said in your apology video that your wake-up call was the rise of white supremacy and white Christian nationalism.
Of
What's
course.
the timeline of that? Because 2023 and 2022, Nick Fuentes came out in 2017.
Of course.
The Groypers was out in 2017. The fucking insurrection.
Cut from a different cloth says he looked musty and greasy too. My guy's wearing a beanie inside the house.
January 6th was 2021.
Of course. Of course.
Stephen Miller got exposed for having white supremacist emails on his server or database in 2015, 2016. And that expose came out in 2019, which means you were fully aware that white supremacy was on the rise, that white nationalism was on the rise.
No, right? But right, and that's where I take accountability to my brother. Was again, bro. Like even if you watch that, like if you watch that Nick Fuentes stuff, like you can clearly hear it again, bro. Like again, I was like completely like uneducated, ain't really know what's going on.
Yo, watch out for people that always call you brother. Yo, that's not your brother. And lineage, in no way, shape, or form is that your brother. Watch out for people trying to throw a brother when they don't even know you. Now, that could be a word just for small conversation, but yo, come on, man.
Nick Fuentes stuff, again, I dropped the ball completely because, again, I heard about Nick Fuentes, I think in 2022 when he did, like, I think like Abba and Preach, when he did like Fresh and Fit.
Yeah, man, Solomon says this ninja is a tether. It's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate because the brother, he has a platform, and now I'm finding out the reason why he has a platform is because he was throwing black people underneath the bus. Nasty work.
And during that interview, right? I asked those questions of, hey, are you racist? Hey, do you say the N-word? Blah, blah, right? And he did a very great job at evading and concealing his intentions. I dropped the ball. I should have been, again, more educated. I didn't know who Stephen Miller was in 2019. Again, it's no excuse, I dropped the ball and I was wrong. I was uneducated about a bunch of this shit, my brother, right? And that's on me for speaking on shit that I was unaware of, right? Like I dropped the ball, right? And I do apologize for that. But right hand of God, I did not know who Stephen Miller was in 2019. I heard about like in Nick Fuentes when he did the whole with the album Preach.
Oh, it's 4:47. It's 4 o'clock where I'm at. Shout out to everyone in the building, top of the morning. This guy, Poetik, man, I thought he was doing God's work, but in reality, he was just grifting.
The Aiden Ross with that whole little, like, I think circuit, right? So again, like, that's my fault for speaking on shit that I was uneducated of. But again, bro, sincerely, like they didn't know who these people was in 2019 or 2022.
So the problem for a lot of people,
yeah, of course, is
these people. I'm just gonna speak specifically about Nick Fuentes. I can talk specifically about Nick Fuentes. He has been attacking the black community and shitting on the black community since his arrival in 2017. You can literally.
Wow. So he thinks he's talking to an idiot. So initially, Nick Fuentes, that's another content creator that I don't know any information about, but his name carries weight. I've heard it before. Have I tuned into his content? No. But if he's talking shit about black people, why would you go on that platform, laugh and keep keying with that podcaster?
Just put in Nick Fuentes' name on Twitter in 2 seconds, and his video will come up of him telling white people to avoid black people at all costs, and white people have every justification to be.
Wow. Avoid black people at all costs is crazy work. When I see my people, I smile because I barely even see my people where I reside, because you know, in class, especially in college, the higher you get closer to graduation, well, it matters what college you go to, but for the most part, the higher you get closer to graduation, the less of your people you see. So when I see my people in the streets, oh man, there's a smile on my face. When I go to the grocery store and I see my people, I smile. Now, do I embrace them? Do I give them a hug? I keep my distance, but I'm happy to see another minority, because it's like, yeah, man, you're surviving, you're doing it, you're doing the thing. But he's joining a podcast talking about stay away from black people at all costs. Wow.
Races against us. So it's hard for anybody to believe that you were unaware of who these people were. But even if we take that at face value.
Wait, right? Sorry, bro. And during that interview, right, bro, again, I'll take my L. I tried. He ran circles around me. He ran circles around us. I genuinely tried to pin him on these things, and he ran circles around us, right? And he even like, and there was an audio like that dropped, I think yesterday or so, right? Where, and he said, yo, I conceal certain like opinions of mine to try to blend into like the mainstream more, right? And we went for it. We came in unprepared, and he ran circles around us. But if you watch that full-length interview, bro, I did try to ask like about those things, and at every turn, he was lying, being deceptive. Now looking back, he was lying, being deceptive, and damn near denied everything, right? So trust me, my brother. Again, I understand. I was wrong 1,000%, right? Again, bro, like there's no excuse, and there's nothing that I could give right now to justify that, right? All I can say, brother, is I had my wake up call. I realized my fault.
You had your wake up call to not be a tether. Why do you need a wake up call not to be a sellout? Black community, do y'all accept Mr. Poetik back into the community talking about he knows his wrongdoings and he has to wake up call? What's the wake up call? For you being a coon ass ninja? For you tethering? For you throwing black people underneath the bus? That's your wake up call? I mean, there's some things, you know, we're only human, we make mistakes, but some things should never happen, like throwing your own people underneath the bus. Talking about, I had my wake up call. Stop the cap.
And I try to do better at some point, but that's no excuse for that era. Because again, bro, I was again drastically uneducated. Watch the whole watch the full shit, and you will see me ask those questions and hit run laps. You know?
Okay, so if that's the case with the white supremacy, you had to be aware of who the Proud Boys were, because they did the whole Charlottesville thing, 2020, something like that. You had to be aware of who the Proud Boys were, that they are fully anti-black. They're just a different version of neo-Nazis in the KKK. And you said you support them and you fuck with them because they don't hide their politics, which is insane to say. That's like saying, yeah, I fuck with the KKK because they wear their sheets in public.
Yeah. No, right. And again, man, and that's the uneducated, naive version, right? It's like when people say, yo, I fuck with Trump because he is a known racist who makes it be known, right? It's like kind of like you feel me? It's like the devil that you know is better than like, right? Again, that's me being naive and saying, yo, these people are open and proud with their racism. I prefer this type and over this. But again, that's the naive me, not again, bro, like not fully understanding like what that entails and what that means. And again, and that was a fuck.
Wait, hold on. This man's saying that he's okay with talking with the devil because the devil's honest, comparing the devil to Trump. Saying that, yeah, he's a racist, but at least he's an honest racist. What? So you appreciate the honesty. So you find the virtue of honesty, but you completely ignore the racist part. Oh, yeah, he's racist, but at least he's honest, though. Okay, cool. So let me use that same logic. Let me steal all the money from your bank and be honest about it.
The thing to say, and I was 1,000% wrong, bro. Listen, bro, like I'm not running away from my personal accountability.
If you're not running away from your personal accountability, then why didn't you address that in your apology video, your non-apology video, where you didn't apologize for shit for real? You literally turned the conversation from genuine criticism about the things you could have addressed, which was super disappointing to most people. For anybody that still has faith in you, you turned it from that to make it a whole conversation about conservatism, when the criticism was never about you being a conservative or any other black person being a conservative. For the record, nobody conservative, nobody black that's a conservative is anti-black. I get people may not agree with conservatism with black people, but that's like 20% of the black population. It's not a rarity to know black conservatives. So that's never the criticism. The criticism is aligning with Trump, glazing Trump the way you did. You literally, in the video I used, you literally were smiling from ear to ear, glazing him while he was disrespectful to black journalists. What was her name? Rachel Scott, I think. While he was disrespecting her on stage at a black event.
Yeah, right. Facts. So here, right. So okay. So let me address the first thing you said. You said like with the apology, right? So right. So yeah, right. So look. So I didn't see your.
Until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know.
Oh my God. Yo. He's canceled, ladies and gentlemen. If y'all want to watch this content creator still, by all means, watch him. That's your free will. But know the history that he was first pandering to a certain ethnic group for clicks and views.
Is she Indian or is she black?
She is always
racist. I don't know. Is he racist for questioning somebody named Barack Hussein Obama being born in the U.S.? I don't know, bro. You feel me? I don't think so. You could think so. The crumbs and details of whether or not Trump actually committed a crime, I don't think so, bro. Yo, I think a man, bro, who is married, man, should be able to pay some hush money off, man. You feel me? And if he want to conceal it and hide it from the media, bro, hey, I don't understand why this is like a 20 felony count. You feel me? So the Democrats have been able to sort of brainwash and manipulate black folks into thinking that the Democratic vote is the black vote. I know probably a vote for Trump is probably what's best for the country. It feels like a lot of us are just giving Kamala a lot too soon without her really earning it or deserving it, bro.
So,
folks love to be victims.
So this clip is Jala angrily criticizing the black community for being outraged about a racist joke by white comedian Tom Segura.
What? I'm about to show y'all how bloodthirsty and eager people are to be victims. Like how black folks love to be victims. Just comment yes if you ever heard a black person say white folks smell like outside. Just comment yes if you've ever heard a black person say when it rained, white folks smell like pennies. But it's not racist because the systematic oppression created a system that's meant to. Now, a good race joke can never hurt nobody unless it's towards black folks because our ancestors built this country. We've been down for way too long. I'll be real. Like in 2020, black tears actually had a little bit more currency and oomph to it. In 2020, if you troll or laugh at something that black folks were upset about, you got canceled, right? Because we were at the height of racial tensions in 2020. Right now in 2023, bro, we've been so desensitized to it that it really has no impact at all. Like, y'all can cry about whatever y'all want to cry about on social media, bruh. Nobody is listening. So I can't tell you what white folks do in them showers, but black folks, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves, bruh. Conservative values is love for Donald Trump, and a joke about George Floyd, damn near in a celebratory fashion. Now, me particularly, I feel like when somebody is on stage, they should have the liberty to make whatever joke they want to make, as long as it's funny. I don't believe like we should put a restriction on comedy. The liberals on the left who get offended by everything.
You don't believe you should put a restriction on comedy, but some stuff, come on now. Like, we understand, like, episodes like South Park, they have no limit on the comedy, but they're not making fun of George Floyd. Y'all let me know in the comments, did they make fun of George Floyd in South Park? Because South Park really don't have any boundaries. But with that being said, come on now. You could be funny without the expense of somebody being put to death by the hands of a police officer. What is funny about that?
Video, right? Where again, I'm sure you probably like put like and like all those clips in. So in my apology, I think I said, yo, I'm responding back to, there was a few comments in my comment section and in like my live, right, where they say, yo, Flakko, we discovered your like conservative patch like that. So that's what I was responding to. I didn't really get like a chance to see the full complaint before responding. I was responding back to like my chat saying, yo, we found this conservative pass and this conservative pass. And I said, oh shit, fuck, cool. Let me just first address why I was conservative at some point, right, bro? If I had the opportunity to watch, I guess, like, you feel me, and all the complaints, like all the videos, I would, right? I would have probably addressed them like specifically, and you feel me, but like, I never had the opportunity to watch your first video and the rest, right? Because again, like, I tend to avoid videos, right, where like I feel like, you feel me, like it's, you feel me, like it's a hit piece, right? So I didn't really see.
No, I don't feel you. Sounds like you're trying to talk your way out the situation. When you should just, yo, I'm sorry for cooling, I'm sorry for being a tether, there's no excuses. You know, where he came from, where? Wyoming or Wisconsin, somewhere where it's majority not him. And I think he just conformed to his surrounding. He was a product of his environment. Not an excuse, but he should have came as a man and be like, yo, at the end of the day, I'm a black man and I was selling out my own people for clicks and views, but he wants to make excuses?
Like the full complaint or the full things that they were like talking about, but I tried to respond back to like my chat. And again, if I dropped the ball in that regard, I do apologize, right? But bruh, I'm fully sorry for anything that was considered anti-black. That was not my personal intentions. You feel me, right?
Who says that, bro? It's supposed to be vice versa. They're supposed to say, yo, man, you're being too black. Tone it down a bit, my guy. Put on the mask. Y'all know the mask where you have two alter egos, one the professional you, the other the where your co-workers don't know. Yeah, he's talking about, yo, I apologize for being anti-black. What? Do you not know you're a minority?
At that time, bro, again, I truly felt like I meant well. I truly felt like I had the answers when, bro, I don't got the answers, right? I didn't have the answers, right? And clearly me looking back, right, if I watched like and everything I said, I'm sure I wouldn't agree with that era of my life. So, bro, you're 100% right. You feel me, right? Again, it's probably like a best practice to watch the full thing, watch all the complaints, and then respond to them and like individually. But I didn't see those videos, so I didn't quite like have anything to quite like go off of. I was just responding back to my audience saying, yo, we found this conservative path, respond to it, right? And then you feel me, I came online, I think like 30 minutes later after seeing, you feel me, those comments and like responded back. But all the shit, bro, that you just said, again, I 100% apologize for.
So
the only reason why he's apologizing is because he got caught. Otherwise, he would still be grifting. He would still be calling out black people. That's the only reason why he's apologetic.
When it comes to content, right? At this point, I mean, you talk about everything on your channel for the most part, but
yeah,
you didn't keep it secret.
Tether is, bro. This man tethered himself into a corner, and now he has his hands on his head, a beanie inside the house, talking about, yo, I'm sorry for, selling out my own people. What? That's some, bro. In my lifetime, this is the #1 tether on the internet, bro. This is bad. And they gave him a YouTube check months and months and months for him selling out. Crazy work.
That, you made 100,000 talking about Chud the Builder, and you were very critical about Chud the Builder. You've been critical about Officer Tatum, especially with the Nolan Wells case and all of that. The issue.
So yeah, that's how I saw a glimpse. I don't really click his video. I saw maybe 1 or 2 videos, maybe 10, 20 minutes max. But I saw this content creator from his videos of him talking about Nolan Wells. And rest in peace to Nolan Wells. Still no answer for the man. That's crazy work. He passed away July 4th, found July 6th. Still no answers. So he's been covering a case, calling out Brandon Tatum, bringing light to the situation. But now, by him bringing light to the situation, he exposed himself. Through his popularity, through him getting clicks and views, other content creators have been dissecting his past, and he is a straight up tether. How you gonna be a tether selling out your own people? Then you want to apologize? Oh man, sorry if what I said in the past is anti-black. What?
that people have is if you have a history of anti-blackness, if you have a history, literally, I can wishing death on black people, saying you hate niggas, letting a Asian or a Latino or white girl, whatever it is, say the N-word, and then tell her in a group of non-black people, yeah, I hate niggas too. We all hate niggas. Wow.
But to be fair, no, right? Look.
See, this is what he should have said, because I can't speak for the next person, but what he should have said is, yo, I can't stand people that don't respect themselves, because when you don't respect themselves, they have no respect for you. It doesn't matter about the skin color. Any person, because there's ratchet in all races, not just black. So somebody that doesn't respect themselves obviously don't give two F's about you, and those people have nothing to lose. So if you have nothing to lose, oh man, that's a scary ass person to deal with.
Like that stuff again, brother. Like again, there's no excuse for it. Again, I'm not arguing. There is zero excuse for it. I was wrong for that. Now, the wishing death upon black folks, I do want to say this again. That was very specific to who I believe were street rappers and people who I believe was leading our youth down, to death and a graveyard. And I was wishing that upon them, the exact same thing that their music was enacting upon the youth. But the other stuff, again, you are 100% right, bro. Listen, I'm not here to make excuses for it, brother. Like, I'm here to listen and learn. You feel me, right?
How you listening and learning not to be a tether? You're supposed to listen and learn how to, be a better person in terms of what can you improve on. But this is your identity, my guy. You can't change that. You threw minorities underneath the bus out of the expense for your own financial gain. And now that financial gain got you in the corner explaining yourself, talking about, you're right, bro. You're right. I'm so sorry, bro. I'm so sorry for selling out my own people. Why are you apologizing so much? Nada, you wanted to do that. You wanted to sell out your own people. You enjoyed it. And the only reason why you're apologetic because it's a terrible representation. It's terrible. It's a nasty look. You got the black community supporting you because you're covering Nolan Wells. Then they find out that you was selling them out in the past. That's crazy work. Ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor and vote in the polls. How many votes we got in the building? We got over 150 votes. 77% says no. 23% says yes. If Nolan friends are innocent. Let's go back into the content.
Again, I was wrong. 1,000%.
Okay, so the definition of a grifter, by definition,
of course,
is a con artist or swindler, someone who tricks people out of money or property through fraud, lies, and clever deception, which I think people at this point would view you as a grifter based on your very recent anti-blackness and white supremacist alignment. So again, when you're talking about people like Chud the Builder just got out and made a video about him. You're going to make more videos about him because now he's out. He's going to be live streaming talking about stuff. Officer Tatum is going to continue his raccooning and tap dancing.
And he just did some, and like earlier today though. Nah, but bro, with again, if people want to call me a grifter, again, I cannot argue with them for having their opinion based on what they saw, right? Completely understood. But again, I made videos about Chud first, right? Because again, I disagree with that man going around calling black folks the N-word with the hard R, right? I made videos about Tatum because I disagree about his stance on Nolan Wells, right? I think Nolan Wells was murdered, right? And these two things weren't overly strategic things. No, I believe that Chud the Builder, right, was wrong, right? I disagree with that behavior. I disagree with Tatum and what he did. So I'm making videos on what I disagree upon.
But the hypocrisy is you disagree with Chud the Builder, for instance, being a white guy going around saying the N-word, but you supported a white guy saying the N-word when you wore no jumper. It doesn't. Yeah. So again, the alignment is off.
No, right? No, facts. But people grow, right?
I've never experienced that. I've never let a white person say the N-word around me. I've never supported a white person.
There's a lot of people that allow that, being called the N-word, and you're not black. And the argument is, if y'all say it, then we can say it too. No, sir. Stop the cap.
Say the N-word around me. I've never supported anybody that was against my people, which is the reason that a lot of black people vote Democrat, because Republicans are overtly just out front racist. So
listen, bro, look, you're not wrong. Again, I'm telling you, people grow. I was 100% wrong, right, for everything that you just
was 100% wrong for selling out your own people, and now they have the receipts. and you're apologizing to a grown man when you should be doing the shadow work and seeking help. Why am I cooning? Why am I why am I pandering to the white person and I'm a black individual? Why am I like this? Maybe if you do homework and history of your people, you will love your people, but it seems like he doesn't love himself to put down his own people. Once again, not all skin folk is kinfolk. Just because somebody shares the same skin color as you does not mean they share the same interests as you.
But I'm telling you, I made a video about Chud, right? Because I disagreed with him going around calling black people the N-word, right? Bro, I had my personal wake-up call and I educated myself, right? So again, these are not like overly like you feel me, like calculated things, right? Like I disagree with Chud, so I talked about Chud. I disagree with Tatum, so I talked like about him, right? And those were my personal disagreements, right? So again, like if folks do want to say, hey, man, I think you a grifter, prove to us you're not, that comes with time. Like I'm not arguing with that, right?
You don't think that comes with actually addressing what people are calling you a grifter for, though? If anybody was calling me a grifter or bringing up old footage or talking about old things I said, it's literally writing. It's
I'm doing it right now, though.
Writing.
It's
writing that black people were pookies and we were standing in welfare lines.
That was what I was. Oh, sorry, right. By the way, I think, and that article, by the way, was what I think. This was like 2017, 2018, right? I think, like, right, bro, like I was damn near fresh out of high school, bro. Again.
So now he's making excuses that he was fresh out of high school. There's no excuse for racism. I don't care how old you are. So where does this racism come from? Did your parents who's melanated teach you to be racist to your own kind?
And that was me at what I think like 19, 18 years old, bro.
Yo, the foundational Black Americans, those platforms, they're gonna have a field day of this content. Once they get hold of this content of this tether cooning his own people, man, they're gonna dissect this nigga apart.
Oh, bro, like I've evolved as a person. There's no excuse for that. But again, I'm here to address it. But I'm saying is this: if people say, "Yo, Flacco, I think you a grifter," fuck you, and I'm saying, listen, I understand. Trust me, I'll be skeptical too. I understand, right? Like my job, brother, is to do better, and that comes with time. I'm not here to say, hey, man, F you guys. No, listen, I understand how people view me. I understand how it looks. I'm here to hold myself accountable and say, hey, I'm going to do better. I can't take back what I did in the past in terms of, again, at I think like 18, at 18, 19 years old, right? Thinking, right, that I was writing about like a solution, right? Like, again, I was young and dumb thinking, right?
So this man's making excuses for being young, as if being young is justification for being racist. So because you're young, it's okay to be racist. And you would think by him saying what he's saying that this is somebody else besides a black person. This is a black person talking like this. That's the scary thing about it. So what else needs to be discovered? Because these are the only accusations that have been released that we know about. What about the other stuff that hasn't been recorded? Talk about, oh man, I was young, just got out of high school. You gotta forgive me, man. No, you make excuses and you apologize for stuff like, yo, I was young in high school. I was grabbing ass. I left my lustful ways and I don't grab ass no more. Stuff like that. Stuff that makes sense. Not being a racist. The racist doesn't make sense at all.
That the way to like prosper is to grab yourself up and by the bootstrap, not understanding that shit don't work, right? So again, like that's me saying, yo, I was young, dumb, and uneducated. I take responsibility. If folks want to say,
someone said, what happened to the guy that got hung in college? They haven't found any answers. I actually covered that story. They said that, there was no witnesses, even though there's cameras everywhere. But apparently whenever people get hung, our people, nobody sees nothing. Even with Tasia Fortune that passed away in Mississippi in July, a couple of weeks ago, nobody saw anything when it comes to our people.
I'm a grifter. I understand. All bro, like I can do is take accountability and say that comes with time. But I'm here to address it, which is why I'm here, right? It's to address it. Yo, listen, I fucked up. I apologize to my people, right? There's no excuse that I could give for it.
You apologize to your people. It's going to take a long time for the black community to rock with you again. Nasty work.
I'm here to say, yo, I woke up and time would tell, right? Like what my character is.
For me, and just from the general comments and stuff that I've been reading, some of the chat, all of that, taking accountability means taking accountability. I'm gonna just put this in the simplest terms for the chat and everybody else. For my kids, if I punish my kids and I'm wrong, or I overreact in the punishment, or I snap on my kids, I literally sit down with them and be like, I am sorry for snapping on you. You didn't deserve it. This is how I feel. It won't happen again. You did not address anything on your own, not without being called out, not without point and shoot video. So I feel like if you made a drastic turn.
Exactly. He's only calling out his racism because people are making videos and showing receipts of his racism. But if he was never exposed.
Boy, if you don't get